Okay, let's just begin facing towards your little chair or item for balance. We're gonna have hands coming to the top of your chair. You're gonna go ahead and step your feet back behind you. Give your arms a nice amount of distance in front of your body. Soften your knees a little bit and just sink your hips back towards your heels. Taking a nice deep breath in and exhale. Good, letting yourself tip your tail up behind you. Stretching out through the backs of your legs, opening up in your shoulders. Exhale. Good. From here, you're going to bring your chest up a little bit. Actively push down into your hands, and you're going to open up your right arm, and you're going to make a big stretch and twist open towards your right. And then you're just going to take your hand back down to your chair, your item for balance, and then other side. Stretching left arm open. And then pressing right back down. Good, just making some space in the body here, opening up that side. And back down, and to the left. Next time you are working with your right arm, I'm gonna have you make a big circle. So I'm gonna have you take your arm up first, look out over towards your right as you sweep your arm all the way down. We're gonna do 4 of these circles with the right arm. And as you lift your arm up, just remember it doesn't matter how high the arm is going, just try to feel yourself making lots of space in your ribs and in your shoulders, allowing yourself to rotate. It is a-okay to have your hips move around a little bit. And then let's go to the other side. We're just gonna take that arm circle sweeping up, out, and around. 4 of these. Breathing as you open up that big stretch. 2 more, opening it up. And last one. Good, you're gonna walk forward just a hair, put your forearms down. We're gonna just mobilize the spine a little bit. Gently put your elbows, or push your elbows down into your chair, scoop your navel up to your spine, and just let your head and your tail drop. And then just go the other direction, reaching your head and your tail out in 2 directions away from one another. And then do that again. Lightly push down into your arms, draw your belly up as you just let your head and your tail sink and rest heavy. And then pulling your head and your tail away from you. Let's do that 2 more times. Reaching up. And then reaching the other way. Last one, making lots of space across your back as you scoop up. And then right back down. Good. Now we're gonna set our spine here and just actually get going with a little bit of arms first. So I'm gonna take my hands a little bit wider than my shoulders. I have my feet directly underneath my hips. I'm gonna soften my knees a little bit and just connect the idea of keeping my torso nice and strong and stable as I just begin to move my arms. So I'm gonna begin to bend my arms and just lean my weight towards my hands. Then I'm gonna push my chest away from my chair. Great, so I'm gonna do that again. Bending my arms, lowering my chest, and then pushing away from the chair. Good, I hesitate to say push up, only because sometimes our mind gets in our way. So all we're doing is just bending and stretching the arms. We happen to be pushing away from something. Good, if your chair is super wobbly, you can also do this from the wall. And as we get warmed up here with the arms, we're not looking to enter any kind of push-up challenge at this moment. Just want you to feel those joints and muscles just warming up. These arms are going to be supporting us in some planking later. They're going to be supporting our body while we do some hands and knees work. So we're just getting these arms woken up and ready for the day. Let's take 2 more. Leaning just as much of your weight forward towards your hands as you'd like. And let's do last one. Good, we're gonna switch to the backs of our arms as our focus. So I'm just gonna draw my hands a little closer to one another and begin to point my elbows facing down. As I bend my elbows, I'm thinking about bringing them towards my rib cage and then pushing away from my chair. Good, you might have to adjust how much of your body you're leaning into your hands. Good, and just keep listening to the body. There's no pressure to make your chest go really low here. Continue to focus on squeezing your elbows towards your own rib cage and feeling how open your chest can be as you push into those hands and stretch away. Inhale down and exhale up. Inhale down and exhale up. Good, let's do that 2 more times. Inhale down And exhale up. Last time, inhale down. And exhale up. Good. Last thing, standing here for a moment. You're just going to scoot your feet back a little bit farther so your arms can stay long and straight. I'm going to have you use long arms as you push the palms of your hands down into your chair. Connect into your abdominals. Sweep one arm up and then lower right back down. And then other arm up and back down. Good. Really push down into that opposite palm that's left behind on your chair. Allowing the arm that's lifting to come as high or as low as necessary. It can also sweep a little bit wide. So if you're feeling a little bit of an impingement in your shoulders, or if it's feeling a little tighter today, good, allow that hand to just sweep a little bit out towards the side. That might allow you to have a little bit more space. Good, we're gonna do one more each way. Good. And then the next time that your arm lifts, let's make it the right one. You're gonna hold it. Imagine you grab a hold of a cable or a rope, and you're gonna pull your elbow back by your side and really push down on that hand that's left behind on your chair, and then reach that arm forward again. Grab that cable, pull it. So we're doing a row, and then sweep that arm forward. Exhale. Good, we're having to connect a little bit to our imagination here. So I'm imagining that I'm pulling something heavy. And you can really feel that that arm that's pushing into the chair is getting quite a bit of work as well. So feel how both of those arms are starting to wake up and work here. Two more. Pull. Last one. And then we'll just switch sides. Pop that hand back down to your chair, reach the other arm forward, grab that imaginary rope and pull. Again, this is your moment to be creative. Whatever you'd like to be connected to the end of your rope, put it in your mind's eye now and pull it towards you. Good. As you drag your elbow back, can you draw your navel up to your spine just a little bit more to support that back? No need to change the shape of your spine. Just hug your muscles towards your spine. Two more. And one more. Very nice. Go ahead and release both hands from your chair. Give yourself a little sweep side to side, forward, back, circle out your shoulders. Okay. No chair for this one, but we're gonna start to think about working our arms and our legs together. So you're gonna make a small little V in between your feet. Heels are touching and toes are pointing out kind of like a letter V. Awesome. Squeeze the inner thighs together and you're gonna sweep your arms all the way up. We're gonna continue working the sides of our back and our arms with a lat pull down. So grab both of those ropes, squeeze your tush a little bit and pull those elbows down by your sides. And then reach right back up. Exhale, pull down. Inhale, pull up. Good. See if you can put just as much energy across the inside of your legs as you're putting in your arms. So I'm trying to actively unite my legs like one big long little limb right underneath me. As I pull my elbows down, I'm thinking about squeezing two imaginary lemons underneath my armpits here. Juicing right on out. Good. If you're feeling a little spicy this morning and you want to add on a little bit more, you're going to rise up off of your heels as you pull down and then just lower right back up. Good. So I'm squeezing my inner thighs together and I'm pushing my heels off the floor. That's optional. You can say no to that. Good. Whichever version you're doing, we have 5 more. Good. Feel those inner thighs working. Try to keep those heels glued together. Good. 2 more. Last one. And then release everything. Good. Okay. You're going to take your arms open. Make your feet a little bit open as well. You're going to feel like you're a little star here. And we're going to start some bend and stretch with our legs and moving our arms. So you're going to bend your knees. I'm going to close my arms together. And then I'm going to sweep my arms apart and I'm going to start to open my chest and really draw my back muscles together. Inhale, bend. Exhale, push. Inhale, bend. Exhale, push. Good. I'm choosing to deeply bend in my legs, but that is an option that you can consider and choose on your own. If it feels better, just to go down a little bit. Good. Just keep listening to your knees, to your hips. Just again, your focus is just coordinating yourself as one body, one piece here. Everything's working together. Inhaling, exhaling. Only thing we're gonna change is the direction of the palms. So as you close, your palms are gonna face away from one another and you're gonna push something away. Inhale, exhale, push something away. Good. Inhale, exhale, push. Again, making that nice spacious chest, feeling those back muscles working. Good. Last little option here, I'm gonna have you walk your feet a little bit closer together so they're right underneath your hips. You're gonna rise up to the balls of your feet as an option as you come up. Whoo. All the way down, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up. Good. Again, just be gentle with yourself. If the balance is not there right away, totally fine. We're just playing around here, finding what's available this morning. Whew, my heart rate is lifting. Anybody else? Let's take 4. And up. 3. And 2. 1 more. And rest those heels all the way down. Great. I'd say we're warm, yes? Good, we've got a little bit more standing before we come down to our mat. I'm gonna bring myself about arm's width distance away, maybe a little bit further. Starting parallel, I'm gonna reach my arm towards my chair, bring my body up nice and upright, and I'm gonna do a little timber, ding, all the way over towards my chair. And I'm just gonna reach both of my arms out to the side. Perfect. Hold and breathe, lift up through the middle. We're gonna take some leg circles. I'm just gonna sweep this leg out and around. I'm gonna go for 8, as big as I can, keeping my body stable. I'm not leaning too much weight into my chair, so don't worry about this being a side plank, but I am far enough that it feels like I have to work a little bit on my bottom side. Good. 4. If for any reason your top shoulder is cranky with you, just put your hand on your hip. 2 more. And then we get to reverse it. Here we go. Again, as big as you can without the whole body coming with your circle. So trying to now get a little bit more focused in, and we're just working in this hip joint, moving that leg bone in it. 2 more. And last one. Let's all put the hand on the hip and just practice keeping that hip stable as we do a leg sweep. We're gonna kick that leg forward as far as we can keep the hip stable, and then kick it back as far as we can keep the hip stable. Good, so that's gonna look different for everyone. Kicking it forward and reaching it back. And what you're watching out for with this side arm is the feeling that your arm and your body is being taken with your leg, like you're being pulled. So you're just gonna try to anchor that as strong as possible. Good. 1 more here. Good, now we're gonna ride a bicycle. I'm gonna kick my leg forward by bending it, and then I'm gonna sweep my leg back. Good, bend and kick, and then reach and pull it back. Good, bend and kick, reach and pull it back. Good. If your bottom leg, the one you're standing on, is burning intensely, you're not alone. Mine is too. Okay, 2 more. Kick it forward. Good. Now we get to reverse it. Last thing here on this side, you're going to sweep the leg forward long and straight, bend, and do a little karate kick out to the back. Sweeping up and bring it back. Sweep it up and bring it back. Good, guys. 3 more. We're going to repeat the whole thing on the other side. Good. Here's your last one. And then bring yourself all the way back up tall. Okay, shake it out a little bit. And you can either turn yourself around or adjust your little chair. Arms width distance away, maybe a little farther. And I'm going to lean my body out towards my chair. And I'm gonna keep my bottom arm long and straight. Pull up on my standing leg. And first, I'm just gonna stretch my side arms away from one another. Big circles. Good, as big as I can, keeping things stable and square. Now you were feeling that standing leg working on the other side. So these circles might start to feel a little bit more challenging now that this top glute already has some work done. Okay, let's do 3. Just remember your breathing is gonna really help you feel strong. So just continue to find that inhale, exhale when things start to get challenging. Good, we'll reverse, other way. Sweeping that circle for 8. And 7. And 6. Good, take breaks when you need to. 5. 4. 3. We're gonna change that little arm position onto your hip in 1 more. Here we go, arm finds your hip. You're gonna change this into a sweep. So just begin to kick your leg forward and kick your leg back. Again, trying to explore that range of motion that you have before your hips start to swing around too much. Yep, again, easier said than done. 2 more. And then we're gonna ride our big imaginary bicycle here. So let's start to bend the leg, kick the leg forward, sweep that leg back. Good, 5 in each way. Kicking the leg forward and then sweeping it back. Good, guys, I got 1 more in this direction. Keep it, kick it forward. And then we reverse it. So we sweep it forward first, bend it in, kick it back, good. And if this is not making sense to you, don't worry about it. Just keep moving that leg forward and back. Good, 2 more, keep breathing. Ooh, my goodness, last one. And both feet find the floor, good. We're gonna give those hips a little moment. Put your feet to the floor and just give yourself a little sassy butt wiggle from one side to the other. We're gonna come to our chair next. And let's continue on with just a little bit of work for the posture, a little bit of work for your back, and a little bit of work for the legs. Scoot your tush back till you're against the back of whatever chair you have. And you're gonna start with your legs a little bit in front of you. You have the ability to stretch and bend when you want. I'm gonna reach my arms all the way up. I'm gonna give my little butt bones a little squeeze together. And I'm gonna start to stretch my legs forward. And I'm gonna hold, kind of feeling like a little cheerleader letter L here. Good. Hold and breathe. And I'm gonna just lower my arms down in front of me as I relax my legs. And then I'm gonna sweep my arms forward again as I stretch them right back up. Lowering everything down. And then reaching everything long. And I'm doing the best that I can to continue focusing on just lengthening my body. So as much as possible, good, it's like I'm on the rack. I've got someone holding on to my hands and holding on to my feet and holding on to my butt, and they're being pulled in those 3 directions. Good, lifting and lengthening out the back of that chair, very nice. We're gonna take 2 more. And then we're just gonna repeat that arm exercise that we did earlier, those lat pull downs. So I'm gonna have you hold those legs. Good, reach for those 2 imaginary ropes, pull down for 10. Keep holding those legs for a little bit of extra challenge. 9. Feet can be whatever position you want. You can flex them, you can point them. I just want you to continue holding those legs long, feeling that work across the top of your thighs. We have 5. Can you draw your navel to spine just a little bit more? 3. That's it. 2. 1 more. And then gently lower those arms all the way. Okay, good. Again, give it a little shake. 2 more here in the chair. I'm gonna stretch my legs out. This time I'm gonna just put the hands together at my heart, and I'm gonna push inwards in my hands, squeeze my butt, and I'm gonna start to take a little flutter through my legs. Flutter, 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 flutter. Good, like I'm swimming, but I'm sitting up. Good, the more that I stretch my legs, good, the more I feel the tops of my thighs working. I'm continuing to push in on my hands. Good, make those legs work. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good, that one's always a little dorky and it's fun. Let's scoot your booty all the way forward. Arms reach forward, we got a little bit of core. So pull up nice and tall. I'm gonna have you lean back with a long flat spine. It's called a hinge. You might even feel your back tap the back of your chair. Then I'm gonna have you hinge right back up. Again, your focus is length. So the more that you can pull your head away from your tail and lean back, think about exhaling, grabbing those ab muscles and pulling more length in your body as you come right back up. Good. Inhaling back. Exhaling up. Good. If you want more challenge, you take your arms over your head. You make your body feel heavier. Woo! Because you have your arms overhead and there's no counterbalance for you. Good. Wherever your arms are, you've chosen a position that feels challenging, yet you can still breathe. So again, making those choices that are going to work for you. Maybe you lower your arms a little bit. Keep lengthening that body. We got 2 more, guys. You will see this movement again. Last one. Reach it back, hold it, hold it, hold it. Keep lengthening, keep softening those shoulders for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way back up. Great. If you have a little cushion or a pillow or a blanket, you might want it for this next one because we're going to repeat what we just did on the chair, just now on the floor. I tend to be a little bit tighter in my hips and my hamstrings, so I just like to sit up on something. You do not have to use it if you don't want to. You're going to lift up through your spine, finding as tall of your body as possible. Soften your shoulders. You're going to begin to lean back with a long, flat spine. Same exact thing. Deep breath in. Exhale, squeeze your bottom together and pull yourself up nice and tall. Good. The most challenging thing about this one is the body's desire to kind of get shorter and curl as you go. Try to stay out of that. Try to pull as much length through your body as possible. Good. Inhaling back. Exhaling up. Good. We're not here for too much longer. We got 3 more. Good. 2 more. Leaning back. Exhale. Get longer in your body as you rise up. 1 more time. You're going to hold it back. Remember that little flutter we did with our legs? Now we're going to do it with our arms. So I'm just going to take a little switch with my arms again. Enjoy the fact that this is so dorky and just keep lengthening and breathing. Whew. Strangely challenging, right? Good. Keep breathing. Can you make it a little bit smaller, but a little bit faster? Good. Like you're playing a little bongo drum here. Good. Down, 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 down. Keep lifting up through your body. Keep breathing. Maybe a little smile comes on your face. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hinge it forward. Good. Maybe you bend your knees. Maybe you give your hips a little break here with a little fold forward. Now we're going to bring it down onto the back here and just continue on with a little bit of abs all the way down onto your back here. Okay, excellent. Lengthen the legs all the way long. And you're going to take those arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Perfect. Palms face in towards one another. Go ahead and flex your feet. And I want you to actively press the backs of your legs down into your mat. Okay, here we go. You're going to start to reach your arms overhead as far as feels comfortable for you and your shoulders. And then I want you to press your legs into the mat more as you pull your arms back on up towards the sky. Good. So it's a little bit of a subtle moment, but I want you to feel those abdominals engage as you push your legs down into the mat. Try to unite the back of your rib cage to the mat as you float those arms back up. Good. We're going somewhere with this. Exhale, and it's called a roll up. Good. This is the beginnings of it. So let's just take 2 more of these movements with the arms. I want you to try to feel those ribs connecting across your front as you push down through those legs. The next time that you reach your arms up towards the sky, you're going to bring your head up as well. So here we go. Exhale, reach those arms. I'm going to have you draw your chin towards your chest. You're going to come up as high as you personally can today, and then you're going to roll right back down. Exhale, continue pushing your legs down into the ground, lifting your chest, reaching those arms, and then coming right back down. Good. So you can feel how you're lightly pushing down through those legs, reaching chest to lift, pushing lightly through those legs, and then coming right back down. Good. Last 2 here. I'm going to give your neck a little bit of support on this last one. So the next time that you come up, you're going to keep your chest lifted. And you're just gonna switch your hands to gently behind your head. Hold here and see if you can actually just let your head, take a break and rest in the basket of your hands. Okay, from here, we're marching to tabletop. Pick a leg, any leg, pull it in towards your chest, and then float it right back down to the mat. Same thing, other side. Exhale, one leg comes to table, and coming right back down. Remember, if the neck starts to get really grippy or angry at you, put your head down and just practice pushing your arms into the mat and connecting into those lower abdominals as you pull one leg towards your chest. Every single time I breathe, I'm trying to remind myself not to grip in my neck. Really trying to let my chin just lift a little bit away from my chest. Let the back of my neck rest into my hands. And that really puts the work into the abs. Okay, we're gonna do 2 more, then we take a nice big full body stretch. Last one. And then you rest everything you have down onto the mat. Go ahead and open your arms like a big letter T and just gently make your head go from side to side, just a little bit left and a little bit right. We're gonna give the head, neck, and shoulders a little bit of a break, but we're not gonna give those abs a break. Okay, arms rest down by your sides. They're gonna be really helpful for this next one. Plant your feet. And again, you're gonna unite your legs all in one piece. I'm gonna have you walk your feet as close to your bum as you can. And I'm gonna have you first just simply push your arms into the mat, squeeze your inner thighs together, and think about pushing the back of your ribs, the back of, if you wear a bra, down into the mat. And then just release. And then do that again. Lightly push down into your arms, connect your ribs, try to push the back of that rib cage down into the mat and squeeze your inner thighs together. Now the only thing we're gonna add is you're gonna pull your knees up towards your chest as you do the pushing down. So push those arms down, squeeze the inner thighs together, pull the knees in towards your chest, and then you're gonna float those feet right back down to the mat. And again, start by pushing arms and back of rib cage into the floor, and then draw those knees up. Good. The closer that your feet are to your bottom when you are lying down, the lighter the legs are gonna feel. So if you're looking for more of a challenge here for any reason, all I want you to do is make the shape on the floor bigger. So just scoot your feet further away from your butt. And as you pull your legs in, they're gonna feel heavier. Good, so you choose how heavy or light those legs feel. You're gonna take 3 more, just like that. And 2 more, squeeze those inner thighs together. Good job, guys. Last one, hold the legs up. Keep pushing those arms down into the floor. You're gonna pick one of your legs and stretch it down towards the mat to hover, and then switch other side. And switch. Again, you choose how heavy that leg feels, how much challenge you're putting on your abdominals. The further you stretch your leg away from you, the longer that leg is, the heavier it's gonna feel. So maybe you wanna scale back a little bit and you just stretch your leg out a little bit. And whatever version you're doing, you're continuing to push those arms down into the mat. As you switch, we just have 4 more. We're gonna give that low back a nice little release in 3, in 2, in 1. Whoo, set those feet all the way on down to the mat. Good. Walk the feet nice and wide to your mat. Again, tee out the arms and just allow your thighs to do a little side to side. Great. Remember that standing series we did earlier? We're gonna repeat that here on our side. So I'm gonna have you roll over onto one of your sides. You're just gonna use your own arm as a little DIY head pillow, and you have a couple options here. You can use a natural pillow or your towel. You can use the inside of your bicep or your elbow, or you can use your own hand to prop your head up. Whatever version you're doing, you're just listening to the amount of tension that's coming into your neck, and you wanna try to limit that as much as possible. So wherever you may be, legs are bent gently. And I'm gonna float one of my legs up and I'm gonna extend it long. Good. Let's go ahead and extend the top arm long too, just like we did when we were standing. Same thing we did earlier. I'm taking the biggest circles I can, keeping my body stable. Good. Beautiful. And again, having the arm up towards the sky is gonna challenge your balance a little bit. Again, if it starts to make your neck get weird and grippy, you can just put your hand down to the mat. Biggest circle I can do without falling over. 2 more. And 1 more. We reverse. Sweeping that leg, good. Beautiful. And we're trying to find that nice balance between mobility and strength here. So yes, this is going to be torching your seat and your thigh a little bit. We're also trying to feel how nice and soft and smooth we can make that joint movement. 1 more. You're going to hold that leg down below you. You're going to do those sweeps. I'm going to flex my foot. I'm going to sweep it as far forward as I can without compromising my form, and then sweep it as far back as I can without compromising my form. Good. Great. So again, listening to how far I can move my leg without my neck gripping, without my waist getting really crunchy. Good, and without my bottom leg having to lift off the floor. 1 more of these sweeps, and then we're gonna go into those big bicycles. Here you go. Kick the leg forward by bending it like a karate chop, hi-ya, and then sweep that leg back. Good, do it again. Bend the leg, kick it forward. Sweep it on back. Whew. Again, you might be starting to be a little bit distracted by the burning sensation in your cheek. See if you can continue breathing. And reverse. Good. Here in California, we embrace the forest fire. It's part of nature, even though they're a little scary. Good. So just embrace the burn a little bit. Control burn, right? 2 more. And 1 more. And we rest that leg all the way down. Very nice. Good. One little thing in between sides here before we do the other butt cheek. I'm going to have you tuck your toes behind you. Walk your hands forward of your shoulders quite a bit, so you have a big old space between your hands and your knees. And we're going to shift forward to a plank on the knees. So I'm going to have you just shift your weight forward towards your arms. Open up your shoulders. Good. And reach and hold. Gorgeous. You can hold here if this is feeling like the right place for you. And if you want to add on or make the plank feel more challenging, you tuck your toes and you stretch your legs full. If you're doing a long-legged plank, I want you to feel the sensation that your hips are high. Good, in line with your shoulders, in line with your head. And no matter where you're holding, whether you have your knees down or your knees up, we're breathing. Both are plank and both are wonderful. Hold and breathe for 8, 7, 6. Taking any of those options you need to. 4, 3. We're going back into that child's pose. And shift it all the way on back. Good. Don't worry, we'll do another one of those after we do the other side of the sideline. Set yourself up onto your opposite side. I worked my right leg first, so I'm just going to make sure I do my left. If you did something different, just make sure you check in and make sure you're on the second side. It's happened before where somebody does the first leg twice and then they wonder why they're so sore. Okay, let's reach top arm to the sky. My legs are bent a little bit, which is going to help with the balance. Stretch your top leg long, and we're going to do those big circles. Great. Excellent. And I've been told before that when I say big, sometimes I over-advertise. It might not feel as big as maybe you were expecting, and that's okay. You just want to really try to find, again, that full range of motion, good, with as much stability in your body as you can. Beautiful. One more time in this big circle this first way. And then we're going to sweep and reverse the circle, other direction. Beautiful. And again, it's less about it being perfect, and it's more about just using each repetition to see if you can just check back in with the body, check back in with the form, check back in with the breath. Maybe you can soften your neck a little bit more. Good. One more. Reach that leg long. We're doing those leg sweeps, so it's gonna feel like a sweep of that leg forward. And then pushing that leg back long and straight. Good. Continue letting your head rest on that little pillow, whether it be your arm or an actual little cushion there. And again, notice how when your arm is reaching up, you have less stability. You really have to use your core and your hips. Let's do 2 more of these sweeps. One more time, we go into that bicycle. So we're gonna bend the leg, extend it forward like a karate kick, and then pull it back. We're doing 5 in each direction. Extend, kick forward. Bend, pull back, good. Extend, kick forward. And bend, pull back. Beautiful, 2 more this first direction. Last one, whew, final time in this side lying series, we're gonna reverse that little kick, so you sweep it forward, bend, and then extend that leg to the back. Good. And again, sometimes these bicycles can get a little weird in the brain, so if it's not making sense, just continue moving your leg forward and back in whatever way is feeling right for you. 2 more. Last one. And go ahead and relax those legs together. Ooh, okay, nicely done. I did promise another chance to work that plank, so let's find it. So let's just find the knees and the hands to the mat again. Wonderful, you'll walk that big space between hands and knees. I'm gonna start with my knee plank first, so the one that we did together the first time. Deep breath in, I'm shifting my body weight forward towards my hands. And I'm thinking about that nice, strong, stable center. So the space between my hips and my shoulders is holding really strong. Good, there's no pressure to dip your hips really low to the mat. Instead, I want you to think about lifting up through your middle, pushing down through your hands, lengthening through the neck and holding. Good. Beautiful. If you want to add on, this is the time where you can tuck your toes and you can find your full plank. Good. Breathing, again, lengthening out through the crown of your head. Holding here, we have 10 seconds. Good, here for 5. Here for 4, keep spinning those triceps in. 3, lengthen through the neck. 2, 1, and rest those knees down. Go ahead and bring yourself back towards your child's pose and breathe. Good. Okay, everybody, last little moment we're gonna do all together. We're gonna come back all the way up to standing. The chair is gonna give you an option, just challenge yourself a little bit if you desire. Sweep the arms back. We're gonna do a bend and stretch of our legs. So your booty's gonna go back, your arms are gonna go forward or up, and push through your arms and sweep your arms back, open your chest. Maybe you tap your butt to your chair. Maybe you don't. So keep listening to your hips and your knees. Again, your main goal is to just connect with your own body. You're going as low as feels good for your joints. So if you're somebody that has a little bit more tenderness in your knees, maybe you're just keeping this more shallow. No matter what depth you're using your breath. So exhale, push through your feet, squeeze those legs. This is the end of our class today, guys. So we're gonna take last 8, breathing. 7, taking a little moment to really thank yourself for moving, thank yourself for taking the time to join class. We're gonna take 2 more. Last one, hold it low. I'm gonna have you bring your hands to your heart, squeeze your navel up to your spine, and you're gonna take small little dips down with your hips for 10, for 9, for 8, good, just one little challenge for the end here, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stand all the way up. We are done.